My question is to the Prime Minister. The number of people employed in Australia fell by 600,000 in April. This followed the Prime Minister's decision to deny a wage subsidy to casual workers, arts and entertainment workers and workers in the university and local government sectors. Aren't more Australians out of work today because the Prime Minister deliberately excluded them from the JobKeeper wage subsidy?
The Prime Minister has the call.
No, Mr. Speaker, that's not true. Mr. Speaker, it's disappointing,
Members on my
Mr.
left.
Speaker, that when the Labor Party says they're engaging in a bipartisan effort, it doesn't take long, Mr. Speaker, for the white-handing to begin.
Member for Rankin. Member for Rankin.
It really doesn't take long, Mr. Speaker, because the truth is 6 million Australians are benefiting from a JobKeeper program, Mr. Speaker, that is being shouldered by taxpayers to the tune of more than $20 billion a month, Mr. Speaker. And on top of that, Mr. Speaker, there is the expansion of the JobSeeker program with the effective doubling of the JobSeeker payment, which has seen some almost 1.2 million additional Australians be able to go and get that additional payment with the COVID supplement, with the processing of those almost 1.2 million claims by Services Australia in a period of about 6 to 7 weeks, a set of claims which would normally be done over a 2-year period. Mr. Speaker, the response of the government to the anticipated blow that would come from the COVID-19 crisis to Australia was to ensure on this day, an incredibly difficult day for Australians with more than almost 600,000 jobs lost in just 1 month. This was a day that this government anticipated and moved quickly and acted to ensure that both the JobKeeper and the JobSeeker programs, then the blow would be cushioned as a result of the decisions that we took as a government. And, Mr. Speaker, Australians can continue to rely on that support from our government because we ensured that we put Australia in a place where, when this crisis hit, Mr. Speaker—
The Prime Minister will resume his seat. The Leader of the Opposition on a point of order.
Yes, Mr. Speaker. It goes to relevance. The question was about whether there would be less people unemployed today if the Prime Minister hadn't have excluded them from the JobKeeper program.
The Prime Minister is in order. The Prime Minister has the call.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The Australian people can count on this government to be there for them right here, right now, and we are for them here right now. 6 million Australians today are getting support through the JobKeeper program, hundreds of thousands of businesses keeping them in jobs, Mr. Speaker, because of a program unprecedented in scale and in reach across our economy, supported by the social safety net that is available through the JobSeeker program, which was extended and enlarged to encompass those, Mr. Speaker, who would need it. Mr. Speaker, had this government not done that and done it from a position of fiscal strength by bringing the budget back into balance and ensuring, Mr. Speaker, that we could act in this time, we have been there for Australians. We will be there for Australians because the government knows how to manage money and ensure that those who are in deep need at the moment, Mr. Speaker, are in a position to receive that support because of the great generosity of Australians.
The member for Barara.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My question is to the Prime Minister. Will the Prime Minister